Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
That's the project branding logo that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand now, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at it.
Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
That's the project branding logo that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand now, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at it.
Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
That's the project branding logo that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand now, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at it.
Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it rock one more time. A couple of people are coming in very excited for tonight,
Money
guys.
work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand now.
Let's get those likes up,
Let's take a
man.
quick look at it.
Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money works.
Yo, why are we not getting those likes up, man? It doesn't cost anything.
El mundo quiere
I
dinero.
don't get it.
Yeah, I know.
don't get it.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
That's the project branding logo that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand now, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at it.
Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Welcome to another Freestyle Sunday. Very excited. I'm in the building. It's been 2 weeks. Your boy took a hiatus, and you see me wearing the hat. Gotta show love and support to Cardo. They are part of the family now, guys. They're part of the channel. If you're looking to show love and support, you want to support what we do here. Cardo, of course, official sponsor of the Freestyle Sunday podcast. Hit the link in the description. I recommend you guys grab a set. That way you can split the cost with a friend of yours. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But very excited to be back. Very excited to be talking about Freestyle Sunday, guys. Tonight we got a really dope guest. Daniel's going to be in the building. We touched base while we're in Texas for MotoGP. And I managed to have this experience, a very unique experience, trying out the virtual reality where you could try either any of the MotoGP routes like Coda or Jerez or whatever it may be. And it was a real experience that I thought it was very striking after I got, taken back by me trying it out. And then I ended up bumping again into Daniel in another event that same night. And we touched base, and we're like, it's going to be a great opportunity for you to come on a podcast, and we can talk. And you guys know I love all things motorcycles, motorcycle related. You know, whether it's artwork, people that paint, people that does custom work. We try to kind of highlight things, and I think this would be a very unique take. This tool itself is an official tool that GP riders use to actually perfect and memorize track and stuff like that. It's not just a video game. It's really more of a simulator. And we will talk a lot about that, guys. Really, really dope. By the way, shout out to all you guys that are back, that are tuned in. I know I took 2 weeks off one. I was just back from GP, exhausted, kind of recouped everything. And moving forward, you know, touching base with good friends and my wife, and it's a thing, you know. If there's not like a solid show to come out, something that's gonna be striking and interesting, I'm not gonna force one. I'm not gonna do an all one-man show kind of thing. I'll wait till we have a solid guest that's gonna be entertaining or have some information. That's when we will have a great show, boys. Oh my goodness, we got sponsors coming. And I like it, man. I had such an amazing time. Shout out to the boys at Motivation USA. They took amazing care of wifey and I while we were out there in Texas, man. It was a blast. Just getting the VIP treatment all the way around. And again, I can't thank these guys enough. The only way I could continue doing some of these things is by you guys shopping with those links that we have in the description. It pays forward the same teams that are working with us, and also here in the channel. So good looks to all of you guys. Really, really exciting things. We're moving forward. The stream is going to go back. The podcast is going to go back to the garage. I'm currently in the process of getting things to be a little bit more neater, nicer, and proper before we go back to the garage, and new bikes, of course. So very excited for that. All right. While we here, you guys know I always do what we do best. We're gonna say what's good to everybody before we get to it. Might as well. I know I spoke quite a bit because it's been a couple of days. Usually I get to it pretty quickly, but it's been 2 weeks, so I had to kind of vent out a little bit and let you guys know what's up. Just saying hello to everybody. By the way, thank you to everyone that's tuned in tonight, man. Really appreciate it. We had Sasson was one of the first to come through. Good evening, Bike Fam. Another Sunday Fun Day Freestyle podcast. What's happening, Mike and Anna? What up? Solo riders in the building as well. What's good, people? Another good one. Definitely looking forward to this one. We have Governor D Nice is in the building. What's good? Good, Bike family. Welcome back, brother. Looks like you had a great time in GP. Dude, I had the most amazing time in GP. Those VIP passes. And to be honest, those things... Again, when you're privileged, sometimes it goes unnoticed because you don't realize how much you have. Those passes gave us access to being in the AC in like these specific places, seeing like, you know, the background in the paddock, being able to walk near the track when they're racing. A lot of people don't even get to see some of those things, and they are a huge deal. And the amount of money it costs to have 2 passes to do that stuff is a big deal, man. So I appreciate everything. It was an amazing experience. It was Anna's first time there, and she can tell you it was something else. Hi, everyone. Glad to see everyone hanging out with us tonight. We have Futuristic Vipers in the building. What's good, everyone? What's up, sir? Thank you for coming in. We have 2 Il Twansies in the building, a regular. What's goody, Bike fam? Welcome, sir. Welcome to tonight, man. Really dope night for you guys. Gonna be really cool. Again, we have Daniel is gonna be in the building. A very interesting guy. The VR machine simulator is an official Ducati training tool, guys. So again, I believe this is something that's really useful to us, something that we can get a general idea what purpose it serves. So let's welcome Daniel into the show, guys, and have him kind of give us a little bit of a rundown as to what he does and how important he is to the riding community. Man, he got all spiffy and stuff. We did our pre-setup. He was just wearing a t-shirt, and I was just wearing a t-shirt, and now he's all like neat and clean looking. Man, welcome, Daniel. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
Everything.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, man, the pleasure is all mine. As I was saying a little bit earlier, we met doing pre-race. So that was the day before the actual MotoGP race, where they were doing a lot of press runs, and they had, like, of course, the VR machine there, simulator. And both my wife and I were just hanging out, and I'm sitting there, I'm eating, and then watching the sprint race was amazing, by the way, watching the sprint race, going outside and then getting out, coming back in. And I'm like, damn, should I go make a fool out of myself and try the VR machine? And it's one of those things you always see online, and it's like super cool. And I'm like, man, I'm going to go on that thing. I'm going to crush it because I ride, right? And lo and behold, I work up a little bit of courage to go there because, of course, everybody's watching and stuff. And it was an amazing experience. I learned so much from it, and it's exhausting. And I love the closeout. The closeout, you get a 3D simulation of you doing the motion of you riding. So just kind of walk us through, you know, what the machine is, where it comes from. Just, the floor is yours because there's a lot I want to ask, a lot I want to know.
Okay. Well, thank you again. It's a lot of information, as you said. The simulator, because it's a simulator, it's not a video game, but a simulator. It came from this guy, Andrea Lombardi. He is an Italian guy that likes riding, and he loves riding in the track. But he found out that a lot of time of the year he couldn't get on the bike because of the weather, because it's snowing or something. You know, in Europe is the 3-4 months a year they cannot do almost anything outside of their houses, their homes. So he find out how to. He took the right people, and they designed a way to be on the bike all the time, despite of the weather, despite of if you need to travel. The only thing you need is obviously the simulator, and you need a computer and a motorcycle that you can put in the simulator. So
hold that thought, because I want them to see what we're referring to. Take a quick look, guys. I want to kind of show you what we're really talking about here, just to get a general idea. It's very, very impressive, and the tech itself is really interesting also. And then I'm going to have Daniel continue, because, of course, we want to have a point of reference when we're talking about these things. Take a look. You can see the stats there. Very real simulation. Like, you can really feel like the bike is leaning as you're doing it. Very, very impressive overall.
That's the idea, exactly. That you feel. I mean, this is the closest thing you can have beside of being on the track and in the motorcycle. There's nothing that makes you feel as closer as this simulator. That's why it's the official simulator for MotoGP and the official simulator for Ducati.
So you know one thing that I thought that was super interesting, outside of it just being a simulator, and you're mentioning that, we're gonna break down the details, what's important about this machine, what's very crucial. I don't know if you guys saw in the small clip that I rolled, which I'll be rolling more clips throughout the night. When you hit the rear brake and actually simulate the front end dipping, there are sensors getting that sensation in, and also you have sensors in the rear brake. You have sensors when you're clutching up or clutching down or whatever it may be, or when when using pretty much all the controls for you to give you that full sensation. Also, what's really cool, at the end of that, you get to see stats on how you could increase your time. The whole thing is extremely impressive. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. It's the telemetry, what you were talking about. It's exactly, that's the thing. That's why it's so, that's why this simulator takes you so close to the reality, because when you brake, you do on the front brake, the front suspension compresses, as you said, and then when you lean and you pull the gas, there's an engine that starts pushing you up, like it happens in real life when you when you pull the gas. The rear tire push you and avoids the bike from leaning, or corrects the bike. So that's the same feelings that you have. And at the end, as you said, when you use it as specifically as a simulator, you at the very end you have this telemetry, and then you can see how you did it compared with the master that did that lap. I mean, maybe in Mugello or in Coda, that's what you did in before in Coda. When you were in Coda, it was the track of Coda, and it's a real video taken in a real bike by a real rider. Everything is real. So the rider tells you what to do, and you have to imitate everything that he is doing. When he breaks, you have to brake. When you lean, he leans, you lean, and all of that. When they pull the gas, you pull the gas. And as close as you get at the final telemetry, you have the telemetry of the master and your telemetry. And as close as you get at that telemetry, you have better scores, and then better ranking. So you can use it also to compete with other people. I mean, it was created to train, but we have through the time we find out that it's also a really fun thing to do with friends, and in any time you can have a couple hours with your friends, and not having to get out of your house and go to the track, but you can go and you can practice. You can learn the track. You can fix your position, your riding position, and you can improve everything without leaving your house. And so that's the beauty of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something really special. I want to roll a clip real quick just to kind of show what you get after you do this, right? And just keep in mind, guys, this thing is really, really exhausting when you do get on this VR machine to do the simulator. It's a great way to increase your time on the track also. Learning where to hit the rear brake, or where to apply the most front brake before dipping into the corner. So what's super interesting, at least based off my personal experience as I was doing this, you hit the throttle, you're going as fast as you can. You know, after a couple of passes, you kind of get a general idea when you should actually really, you know, hit the front brake and allow the bike to slow down and completely release it. And then, of course, dip into the corner. And then your angle is like very unique when you're doing that. I know a lot of people tend to think, go off the side of the bike. Because I remember you mentioning to me, hey, you know, the way you make the triangle of your knee hitting the ground is very different to what all of us in street riding tend to think it is. If you haven't done track, I think you might not be aware of this. And, you know, basically straighten out this arm completely off the bike for you to, you're not truly dipping yourself. You're parallel to the bike on the side of it. The science of this is really, really cool. And it's really, and I had a pretty much a very good idea how exhausting for a MotoGP rider to do this for, you know, the amount of laps that they do. You have to be in
22 laps.
Oh my God, you have to be extremely fit to do this, guys. I did this for a few minutes. I was like, your core, you know, your entire core, your thighs, your legs, everything was really hurting. You have to be in peak physical condition in order to run this track at that speed and being that focused to be able to do it. And this is an amazing machine. Again, you're shifting everything else. But let me roll this clip real quick. I want to show you guys. This is the small clip that you get after you do the simulation. I thought it's really cool, and that got me really excited after I saw mine. And what's cool about this is that any bike could go into this machine. I did it on the Aprilia. You could do a Ducati on there. Whatever bike that they have on hand at the moment, that goes exactly on the machine, and then you get to see your position and get a general idea where you are. And to be honest, a lot of us, you know, everyday riders probably have no idea what we're doing on the road, to be honest, man. Because after I got on the machine and you doing the corrections to help me kind of position my body better was it was super interesting, man.
And that's something that the thing is that specifically that correction or that improvement in the riding position is not something that you can do in a track day or when you go simply go in the track, because there's no one that is beside you and telling you take your knee, go deeper, or extend your arm further, or there's no way, even when there could be some guys monitoring you and telling you some things. There's no way that someone can tell you specifically, put on pause what you're doing, stop there, and then open your knee, and then bend your elbow, and the other one has to be completely straight. Your head has to be down or up or forward, and there's no way someone can do it in real life. So this is the best thing in specifically talking about the improving position. This is a great device. This is the best way to do it.
Well, the thing that's interesting also about doing the simulation that I thought that was really, really cool is just being able to monitor how much throttle you're giving, and when you shift, right? You have all those telemetry available to you. But what was even more interesting is, how do you call it? I ride street all the time, right? Most of the people that watch the stream, they ride street all the time. Some people does track, so they have a better understanding. Guys, it became apparent to me, clear as day, if you're doing track or if you're a racer, there is no, when we're riding, right? Let me just kind of pull up full screen here so you guys could see. When you're riding, you have your controls. For me, I've seen some people hold their controls a little weird, or it's like this, or, two fingers. Yeah, 2 fingers on, yeah. I'm holding my handlebar like this, or clip-ons like this, and then 2 fingers for the brake. Same thing for clutch as well, right? In the case where you are using the simulator or you're professionally racing, it's either all or nothing. Your ice cream cone on the throttle, right? And your entire hand is on the clip-on on the clutch side. Only time you move it is when you're ready. You cannot have instant reaction. And also when you're dipping, if your hand is potentially on those, you could accidentally hit it. So, I mean, I did this once, and so much I walk away from. It's like, oh my God, this is life-changing. So it's like the closest thing you could get as a feel for like a simulation to, as you're mentioning. So really interesting in that. That was one of the things that I walk away from. And to be honest, most of the work is not even being done. I know people like to push their head. They show you like, scraping their elbow and helmets or whatever. It's a lot of core work in your inner thighs.
Yeah, the thing is with this about the how you have to hold the levers.
Yes.
It's a reality, because we ride in the street and highways and things like that. We are all the time with this with 2 fingers. That's the right position.
Yeah, for the right reaction time.
Yeah, so
for street reaction time.
You don't know exactly when something is coming out from another street, or a kid coming now following a ball or something like that. You don't know what's going to happen. So that's why we have to all the time go with our fingers on the levers. Yeah. But when you are on the track, you know exactly where you're gonna brake, how much you have to brake, and the racing riders, these guys that I respect a lot. I think they are superhumans. These guys that make it in MotoGP, in World Superbike, and all of that. They know exactly what's gonna happen before they even go on the bike, because they learn exactly how long they have to pull the gas, and they maybe even count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I close, and then if they have to brake hard, they use 2 fingers or 3 fingers. If it's something not that hard, they use only 1 finger, because we have different strength in every one of our fingers. So they know exactly how to do it. So what you were talking about, when you are leaned on one side and you are trying to come back, if you pull yourself from
You disturb the bike.
you will move the bike.
Yeah.
And you will
Wait,
unintentionally.
Daniel, you have to hold your thought, man. Guys, you know how excited both of us are talking about here. Daniel has a full experience with this machine, and my excitement's coming from thinking that I knew a lot until I sat on the machine. It's just, there's so much. Even when you dip into the corner, you have that triangle set up. Again, Daniel gives you a walkthrough on how things work before you get onto the machine. When you throttle out, the bikes stand up like all by itself, just like as if you're in real life. If you throttle out, the bike's gonna. It's almost like when you're hitting a corner. People tell you, either you're ready before hitting the apex, you throttle out after hitting the apex. Because if you do, the bike's gonna stand up, go straight to the wall. It does the exact same sensation. I encourage any one of you guys, if you're watching, you're seeing the tag for his Instagram, give him a follow, guys. And I encourage you, if this is going to appear in your area, go and try this. It is absolutely an experience in itself. And I'll let you continue, man. I just had to jump in there. This is a super exciting thing, at least for me. And again, thank you again for coming on tonight. I know you're a busy guy, traveling around and doing this stuff. So I appreciate the time. Go on.
No. I'm glad to talk to you, because it's something I tried. At some point, I tried to be a race driver in cars, but here in Mexico it's too complicated, and so I found a way to stay close to the cars and motorcycles with this training thing. So I started training people. So I'm not just used to do this thing with Moto Trainer, with the simulator, but I'm also an instructor in real bikes. So that's why we fix everything and we put everything together. So I really enjoy sharing all the knowledge and I mean, I'm not the smartest guy or the best rider, obviously, but I have a lot of information from many people, other riders, friends that have been on this thing, and that's how I have put everything together like this. So when we are talking about the simulator, we are, we get close to the reality without the risk of the reality. So there are many people, for example, people that have never been on the track, or maybe someone that have an injured and it's on the recovery, but needs to get fit again, and those people can jump in the bike in the simulator and make it as real as possible, and they are, as you said, it's a complete workout. You work everything, your hands and your arms and the core and the chest and the legs, the ass, everything is working when you are up in the bike. So if you want to improve your position, if you want to improve your capacity, your physical, your muscles, everything, it's a really good thing to do. It's not only for those guys that only think in going on the track and to try to be a race rider and try to be Valentino Rossi or something like that. It's not only for that kind of people, but anyone that wants to improve the way they ride, because everything that happens in track shows us how to do it on the highway or on the street.
Yeah.
The position is not the same. If you're in the city, you're not going to lean all the way and then put your body out and try to touch the knee on the ground, and you're not going to do it like that. But it's a reality that if you are riding in a highway, I don't know, 60 miles an hour, something like that, and you try to take a turn, you have to put your body in the inside of the motorcycle, so you can you can help the motorcycle to have better grip because of your weight. You put your weight on the inside, the motorcycle goes on the outside, and then the grip on the tires is better.
Yes.
Because of the weight. So and it happens all the time. No, it's the opposite that happens on the when you are riding in off road or in dirt, that you have to put the bike on the inside and your body goes on the outside because you want to.
You're counterbalancing it.
You want the bike to turn in a small place, and you want the bike to the rear tire to slide to make faster that turn. So when you are riding on pavement, on the tarmac, you have to take this position, not that far as in GP position, but you have all the time to put your body on the inside of the turn, the inside part of the turn.
Here's a good question that Solo Rider mentioned here. He says, is this technology available to the pro riders to have at home during off season?
The best way to do it. If you have it, there's nothing that can avoid you from training.
No, but I'm saying, I think what he's asking is, do they have this tech available to them? Or is it only available in like paddocks and stuff like that, so they can try it?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you can. There are many places in the US specifically. As I remember now, there is a place in New York. You have one.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, there's a place there. I'm going to find out the information and I'm going to send it to you so you can share with all the guys.
Absolutely.
But there's a place in New York. There are two places in Florida. One in Miami and the other one is in, I don't remember exactly. But there's two places in Florida and there is a place in Los Angeles also.
Okay.
So right now, there are these 4 places in the US. And there are many places in Italy and I mean, we are Moto Trainer Latam, specifically Latam, because we take care of all the Latin American market. So we are in Mexico, in Colombia, Venezuela, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, all these places.
This is cool, man. Dude, Daniel, again, thank you again for taking the time. I know you're super busy, man, because I really appreciate you taking the time coming through, and I'm sure everyone that's watching will find this information useful and at least check out some of those places. Can you give them a rundown on the process of us getting on the machine? Because at least when I first did it, I really liked the approach. The entire experience, so I thought was really dope. How you walk me through things first. You don't just jump on and then it starts. I just kind of walk us through, what would be a basic setup that you do with someone that's just getting on. So let's do that.
Okay, so you mean specifically when
specifically on how you did mine when I did it. And I thought it was cool. There was one little thing that you did. I thought that made it very, very special to me. I'll just mention it here. You actually took the time to put my name on the lap timer thing, and that was kind of cool, man. I mean, all of it was like, MotoGP is a special time and place when you go out to Coda. And I think that stuff was just like, I mean, I go, and that was my wife's first time. And I actually should have put my role of when I did it. I have the video. That's small little things like that felt really special. Even afterwards, I'll tell them how we bumped into each other again afterwards. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the first thing we need to know is if the guy, the person that is going on the bike knows how to ride. Because in this, when we have huge events like motor shows and things like that, and we go, there are many people that doesn't even been on a bike in their lives, and they want to experience the how to do it. And it's fun because those people that have never experienced anything about the bike are the people that understand faster how to do it.
Oh,
because
wow.
They don't have any,
the preconception.
Wait.
So it's almost like when they tell you, if somebody just want to learn how to ride, and if you already know how to ride, you never teach them because you'll teach them your bad habits. So having a fresh, open mind, that's awesome. Go on.
Your mind is completely clear.
Blank,
It's blank. So when you tell them something, they just do it and they understand. And it happens also with when we teach someone to ride and the first time, the first timer riding in real life, and it's easy for them to understand how to do things that people that has been 10 years, 40 years, and then all of that. And especially, and I have to say, women have a lot of hearing experience. So they hear you and they put in practice everything that you say exactly. So that's why there are many. I have teach a lot of girls, a lot of women how to ride a bike.
You know,
because they listen better.
You know what's interesting that you mentioned that about you having a preconceived notion how to ride and how you do things. I remember when I'm on the machine, right, and I go to the side, I could have sworn, I'm like, I'm gonna fall. You're like, no, you're not gonna fall. Because it's just what I know from my actual brain. And you're like, just dip in, straighten your hand all the way out. I'm like, and you could see that I'm kind of somewhat holding myself with my right arm when I'm leaning to my left. And come to find out, it's really your core and your thighs holding you. And again, it's just because of my preconceived notion that I was doing that. Again, that stuff was super, super cool.
Cool. That's how it works. And people, coming back to what you asked me, if we know that the people knows how to do it, knows how to ride, we just tell them specifically which sensors are activated on the bike at that moment, because on the easy way to work on the simulator. Go
ahead, Dan. You keep talking. I just want to roll a clip here as you're talking. Yeah, sure. I want to show this. Go ahead.
When you're talking, practicing as a beginner, you have three sensors working. It's front braking, it's leaning, and gas. Front braking, leaning, and gas. So gas and front braking are sensors that we put on the bike. I mean, you don't have to fix anything in your bike. Everything it comes on it. You don't have to break anything in your bike or something like that. It's external sensors. So there are these two sensors in the bike. And we also have this the leaning sensor that goes on the machinery on the bottom of the bike, and we also can put rear braking and also the shifting sensor. So and about the shifting sensor, you can put it on normal way, the normal way the bikes work, that where you push down for first gear and all the rest of them goes up. Or you can put it in the sport thing, the sport way, that it's on the opposite. Neutral is on the top end, and all the gears goes down, and you can work in any way on these two ways of the shifting sensor. So once the people knows exactly what's and they experience how it's gonna feel when they pull the front brake, and then they feel how it goes down, and when they lean, and then we ask them to pull the gas, and then the bike goes up, and when they start feeling that, it's easy for them to understand what's going to happen when we are on the actual training. So then we put the name and all as you said, and we start in. The first timers needs more support, so we help them, telling them what's coming. If you have to pull the gas all the way, it's gonna be straight. If you have to brake, you have to lean right, lean left, whatever is coming. So they have the knowledge. They get prepared for what's coming, and after one of two or two times they try it, they can do it by themselves because they know some way they know they know the track. So that's how we manage all the time. So you can see in the video exactly that we are talking that I think that's Edgar, and Edgar is telling this guy brake, lean right, lean left, go further, stay there, start with the gas, progressive on the gas, and we tell all the information so they can enjoy all the way.
So the other thing too here is I wanted to kind of quickly mention, I know a lot of people are watching this and you haven't experienced it yet, which I would highly recommend that you guys do, whether it's dropping a DM or any kind of communication with Daniel through the Instagram link that's there. And so you can kind of plug you in where you could try this, or whether you're going to be in one of the races, you could try it. What's really cool about this also, guys, what's on the display that you're seeing, it's a pre-recorded flight path.
A real lap.
Yes. So it allows you to kind of see where you should be before you're hitting the apex. You can see the rider, the pre-recorded rider is at the outskirt of the turn before, it's basically outskirt of the turn, lining up, hitting the brake, right, as hard, and you see the front dip down, and then dip into the apex and then throttle out for it to go up. Now the thing is, the reason why I'm kind of mentioning this, the video does not stop.
Exactly.
So again, it's a simulator.
Exactly. We can use it. There are three ways how we can use the Moto Trainer. The first one, how it was created, is a simulator. That it's exactly what you said. It's a video. The video is not going to stop, and it's and you have to do exactly what the rider in the video is doing.
Yes.
As close as you get to the final telemetry is the score you get.
Yes.
So that's how it works, and it has 4 levels. It's a beginner, intermediate, expert, and rider. So when we are practicing in beginner, the only thing that happens is that at the end you have the telemetry and you compare with the master, and you have a ranking and a score. That's it.
Okay.
In the next levels, you have a percentage of an error. I mean, in intermediate, you have 15% plus less 15% from an error, a mistake. So if you are not on this parameter of 15%, you will fall. And you can see in the video, you can see the bike falling. It's a big crash, and you can hear everything and all of that. And then in the expert, this 15% reduces to 10%. And when you are talking about rider, it goes to 5%.
Okay.
So that's how you have to train. You have to do it better on each one of the levels. You have to you can use it. And then the other way to use it is like a video game. You can just connect it to the MotoGP in the PlayStation, something like that. You can just plug in, and you will feel you will simply go and try to do it like you do it on the with the joystick but it's too hard to do it. I mean, you can, but it's really hard to do it. And the third way to do it is in this video game that it's created by Moto Trainer. It's not a complete video game, but it's a mixture of both things, because it's going to react to what you're doing, like when you are in the simulator. It's going to react. I'll come again. It's going to react as when you are playing on the PlayStation in MotoGP, like a video game, but it has the possibility to give you the improvement and give you at the end, give you telemetry and all of that. So it's a mixture of both things. So there are three ways that you can use the simulator.
Okay, hold that thought, Daniel. Just want to kind of give a quick little shout out, guys. Huge shout out to Cardo for joining the channel, guys. If you want to show love and support to our brand that sponsors the podcast, and I would highly recommend you grab one of these guys. Get a 2-pack with you and your buddy. That way it costs you less and you could split it. Just want to kind of quickly show you what Cardo's all about, guys. Communication, easy of use, connected to your phone. Look at this. Look at this bad boy. Look how easy it is to kind of pull off. Yep. Just like that. And look how easy it is to go back on. Look. It just snaps. So, super, super cool. You guys want to show love and support to what we do on the channel, hit the link in the description. Go and check out Cardo, guys. They do support the channel in terms of keeping the show going, getting people on. And again, we have a promo that's officially being shot that will be rolling just like all of our other sponsors. Cardo, big shout out to them. Love the product. Amazing. I've been using it. So if you guys want to show love and support, you want to gift it to a friend, family, other riders, hit those links in the description and show love and support. And we'll bring Daniel back on. There you go, Daniel. Go ahead.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. I use Cardo also. That's something I have to say. I also use it.
Well, you also use Cardo, huh?
Yeah.
So
I use Cardo.
you might as well tell me, right? Pretty good stuff, right?
Yeah, I think I have used many of them. I have used another brands, but I like Cardo because the way you give the instructions, the voice instruction, and all of that, it's easy to do. So I really like it.
Yeah, I've had others too. Not to name names or anything like that.
I know.
They weren't as intuitive. Yeah, they weren't as intuitive, and I love the fact that it snaps on magnetically. It's really easy. It's a no-brainer, really. If you want for instructions, for rides, for listening to music, and connecting with multiple. Before, for me to connect with multiple people on my other comm unit, when we meet up, it's like a 15-minute session. This is just like 1-2, really quickly.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the app and all of that, make it easy. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, outside of that, man, back to what we were saying, this entire experience has been really awesome. I love that the fact it allows you to learn the track also, you know. And for me, I ride street mainly, and I'm currently in the process of getting my race suit done. I'm designing it now. I got all my measurements done and stuff. Again, shout out to the boys at Motivation for setting that up. And I even played a clip with I saw an Ovali bike there that you guys set it up also, official training bike as well for racing. It shows you how to memorize the track, where to be positioned. It's not just the bike or getting a simulation of it, knowing the track and where your position is supposed to be. And it was very surreal because when I'm watching the race from the VIP, right? You could watch it, they take off, or you could go from turn 1, turn 2, or you could go through the S or the straight back, which is crazy. Oh my, they're like doing 200 miles an hour through the straight back. Dude, I was standing, both Anna and I were standing, basically, I'm standing, and this is where the gate is. Let's say if somebody crashed, it goes into the thing, and seeing them pass by, and then when they're about to hit the turn, they downshift and apply the brake. The back wheel just goes up, levitate. They're basically riding the front. Dude, oh my, this is so crazy, man. Every time I go out there and I watch this, I don't think I'll ever get tired or sick of it. And even my wife was just like, oh my God. I remember we were in VIP, we watched the sprint. The sprint was so amazing. And I'm like, oh my God. And my wife was like, oh, we're going to just be in VIP on actual race day. I'm like, trust me, I don't think you want to experience race day on watching over the paddock. Because when you're there, when you're in it, it's something else, man. It's like, as soon as she got close and saw them pass through the straight back, she's like, oh my God, it's not like it.
When you hear it in the specifically in Coda, in the main straight, between the main building
Yeah.
and the grades on the other. When they pass through, wah, the
Mm-hmm.
first time you hear that, it's thrilling as it's amazing.
Yeah, man. It's so weird when they doing turn one and you see pa 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 the downshift and it is crazy. And then when you get on the machine, it's just like getting that feel because it's easy to watch the race and like, oh man, they're going fast. And then when you get on the simulator to get a general idea how fast they're shifting from left to right and just braking and accelerating, it's. And I can imagine these guys memorize so many tracks like this.
Yeah, every track. So this is other thing that it's amazing about the simulator, because imagine if each one of the teams would want to take the riders to each one of the tracks of the championship. I mean, this year it's I think it's 20 races, something like 21 races.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 21 different countries, almost 21 different cities. So imagine what it will take to take the entire team with all the mechanics and the engineers and everyone to go to one track and then practice on that track and then go to another track and then go to the it will cost millions of dollars,
yeah,
just to practice. So when you are on the simulator, as you are seeing exactly what the real rider that filmed that video was seeing. I mean, you can even hear how the gas was going when he started to brake, when he started pulling the gas to go out of one turn 2, turn 3. So that way the riders can learn what's coming on a track.
Yeah.
Even when it's not reality, because many people says, but it's not real. Of course, it's not real.
Yes.
I mean, there's no way to do it because you don't have the push of the bike, you don't have the feeling of the wind, you don't have the inertia that keeps you on the
G-force.
On the bike.
The G-force. That's the only thing. Yeah.
You don't have it, and there's no way to do it. There's no way to make it happen in a virtual game. But when you see the track and you see how the rider is starting to lean, and then you try to do the same, and then the transition from in the S's, the transition from left to right and then left again, and the speed, how they do that transition explains you perfectly how you have to do it in real life. So it's that's why it's a great tool to understand how to drive on any track, because I mean, we have all the tracks on the calendar of of MotoGP. At least it's 2022, 2021, 2022. I don't remember if it's 2022. I think it's the same calendar. But if for example, here in Mexico, we have 3, 4, 5 tracks where we can practice. The Hermanos Rodriguez track in Mexico City, for example. So we went to Mexico City. We have a professional rider. We put the camera and we film a perfect lap from this guy, from this rider. So we have that lap on the video, and we trace all the telemetry, and then from this telemetry, you can compare. When you go, for example, we have been 2-3 times there with Ducati guys, for example, and there are many people that have never been on that track as the first timers. So they go on the simulator, they know exactly what to do, how it's going to, how the track is going to be when they go out, and they jump on the simulator, then do 2-3 laps, and then go out, take their bikes, and go on real life. And at the end, they come again to the simulator and improve what they're doing, because now they know what's coming on, and how they have to act when they are on the track. And then when they come to the simulator again, we can fix from them all the things that are not happening well. If they are not braking on the right time, or maybe they are pushing too hard the gas, or too early or something like that, and we can fix with them all that information, so they can improve in real life what they are doing on the track.
What's your setup time for this? Because I've seen multiple bikes on there. I've seen pretty much a lot of clips. First off, let me just mention this. Somebody was asking, what bike do you ride?
Sorry.
What motorcycle do you ride?
I ride a BMW on R 1200 GS.
Oh, adventure guy.
I like GSs. That's the bike I ride every day. And but I have, through the time, I had Ducati and KTM sometime, Suzuki, Augusta, MB Augusta, an F4 that now it's from a friend of mine.
Those are nice. Yeah.
So I have been in many motorcycles, and for what I do all the time, I had the opportunity to ride or drive almost anything that it's available. So maybe if we are in I don't know, in an event with Ducati, and I have the opportunity to ride a Multistrada or maybe a Panigale or something like that. So it's fun, because even when I have my bike, I have the opportunity to ride other bikes.
Mm. So which one of those ended up being your favorite? Is it, well, you're probably going to say the bike you have now.
It's too hard to tell, because it all depends on what you want to do, because I like the track, but it's not what makes me crazy. For example, I like it, and I love the feeling and the adrenaline, but it's not. I have tried, and it's not something that I will do every day. Mm-hmm. For example, not every day, but every weekend. No, when I do it, I enjoy it a lot, and it's really fun. But it's not something that I will do all the time. But I like enduro, for example. I ride enduro bikes, and I love it, and that's something that I will do all the time. And I love traveling in the bike.
So it's an adventure. Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. I like heading to a destination for a purpose, and it's kind of a chill ride a little bit, and you open it up every now and then. Of course we do. And yeah, that's the thing for me. But everyone's telling me I got to get on the track, and then when I do it, it's going to be, because the Motivation Boys, again, guys, if you're watching, you tune in, you want to support what we do here, the link's in the description for Motivation USA. All parts, everything that you might need for your motorcycle, even for friends, and pretty much like for other people that's looking to get a bike parts or upgrades and stuff like that. These guys are the place where you want to go to kind of get it, right? They used to kind of ride in the street as much as possible, but most of the Motivation staff are not. Hold on one second. Most of the Motivation staff are not riding on the street anymore. They're all just pretty much track.
Okay, well, I mean, that's something they like, and I respect that, but. It's the opposite for what I like, and I understand many people. I have heard about many people that doesn't want to ride in the street anymore because of the risk, because
yes.
Because of the cars, and something can happen, and it's true. Honestly, it's risky to go on the bike, but it's gonna be risky anyway you do motorcycle. So. I like going on the highways, or going here where I live in Mexico. It's a place named Querétaro, and we have these beautiful mountains really 2 hours from here. So you can go on the mountains and go through the rivers and get on these dirt roads and have amazing views
Yeah.
where you cannot go there with if it's not with an adventure bike. So that's what I love about the adventure bikes, and that's why I have one of those.
See, you have an appreciation for both sides of the spectrum. You know, you get to go to the GP, you see the bikes, see the adrenaline, you see the guys going really fast. But then, you know, in your personal time, you get to enjoy another aspect of riding, which is adventure style. You know what I mean? It's a similar thing to me. I have different bikes also in my garage. I ride fast every now and then. But I tell friends all the time, there's this aspect of riding that I truly enjoy immensely. It's really the destination, getting there and chilling with friends and having a drink or having food and stuff, and then heading back. And then, of course, you still have your spurts of moments where you open up. But then, you know, it's two different things. There's a balance. And I don't think, in that alone in itself, I don't think I'll ever not ride street. Because I think I've broken past the, just the fast stuff. Because I think a lot of people that are really into just triple digits and going really hard, and then they get to the track and it's like, yeah, I could do that there without having to worry about like getting pulled over or anything like that. And if that's your only sense of fulfillment when you're on the bike, it's hard to go back to ride street. So exactly. I think in most cases you can enjoy both equally for different reasons.
Completely agree. Yeah. And that's why there are so many kinds of motorcycles, because there are so many kinds of people liking one kind of, and there's also why all the factories make these hybrid motorcycles like the I don't know, the Multistrada in Ducati, that it's a sport bike, but covered with the figure of an adventure bike.
Yes.
No? But the way it works is like an adventure bike, and you have the push of an adventure bike and the feeling, most of the feeling, but in a comfortable position. So it's a mixture of everything, and that's why I think all the factories make these hybrids, you know.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, my personal opinion, I rode the Street Fighter, and I like that a lot, the V4. I rode the Pikes Peak Multistrada. Okay.
Multistrada Pikes Peak. Yeah.
And I like street bikes a lot. I like sport bikes and something really fast. To be honest, that was one of the best Ducatis I've ever ridden. Multistrada V4.
Because you have the best of both worlds.
It's very powerful. Yeah. It's very fast, very comfortable, and the bike feels very in a commanding position, very big. But when you're on it, the bike is so light. It's an experience. It's very difficult to explain. I'm assuming it's the same thing with the GS. The GS has that same feeling. A lot of people express that, and it's like they have multiple bikes and then they get an adventure bike. I know there's a connotation like it's like an adult bike, you know, it's not as, you know. But the thing is, that bike is super balanced and you could do a lot with it. And I you know, it's kind of weird that I have to say that for a guy like sport bikes. That Multistrada was pretty much the bike to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can do what you can do almost the same things that you will do on the sport bike, but in a comfortable way, and
yes.
without the back pain.
Yes.
And just feeling, and you can also travel on it.
Yes.
And you can also take your wife on it, or your girl, or the passenger, I mean, with you, and you can carry luggage. And I mean, there's a lot of things you can have, but still you have the power and the performance of a sport bike.
Yep, I agree. But so here's the deal, guys, just so you're aware. So I initially did the virtual simulator. pre-race day, right? Super excited. I'm like, let me go and do this thing. I ended up doing it, and I was so excited and so happy to finish doing it. I didn't even talk to Daniel afterwards. And later on in the night, there was like another motorcycle. That entire week is just like all motorcycle events and parties and stuff. And Anna had like a blast watching, and I had a blast watching, and she was exhausted. When we got back to the hotel, she was like, I don't think I want to go to the party tonight. I think I'm just going to hang out. You go. And in most cases, when my wife doesn't want to do something, I'm like, nah, I'll just stay too. But I'm like, nah, I know what it's like, going to a Red Bull party, something like that. I end up going to the handmade motorcycle show, and here's Daniel just like guiding people, get on, and this is how you go. This is the initial. And I'm like, oh my God, it must be a thing, because we didn't talk about coming on the podcast or anything like that the initial time, because I was just so excited. And my wife was like, did you talk to Daniel about coming? This is gonna be great, because she's always like scouting. She's more into the side of business and of motorcycling than I am, because I'm more like having fun. And she's like, okay, wait, you just spoke to the right person. Why this? I'm like, oh my God. And I walked into the show, and here you are, just like, everybody was extremely excited. Huge crowd around. Everyone just excited about the thing. And I'm like, Daniel, I got to talk to you when you get a moment. And it was loud music. Everything's going. I'm like, oh my God, this is probably not a great time.
No, it was complicated, but I was really, when you came to me in that moment and you asked me to honestly, I thought, I mean, he's not going to call me. It's not going to happen. But I'm not going to lose anything by giving him my number and talking with him 2 minutes. That's okay. But then when we started talking by the messages and all of that, I believe me, I was really excited also to be in your show and talking to you and sharing all these things.
Yeah, man, it's an opportunity. I really hope at some point we end up linking again, actually in actual life, or at least try it, because I definitely want to give this a shot. And I know you were telling me about where it was developed. This would be the last stretch. We're coming towards an hour for the night, guys. I know most people, it's Sunday, they go to work the next day. So just walk us through where it was developed, because I know you were mentioning in Italy and stuff like that. So just kind of walk us through that, and then that'll be our last stretch of the night before we wrap up.
Yes, as I told you, it started in Italy. Andrea Lombardi is the creator of everything, and he put together some people, to create the simulator and then improve it. And then he came to Dorna people. He knew the right people and the right place. Mm-hmm. And then Dorna sold the simulator, and they started asking what's going on, and then suddenly it came to become the official simulator for MotoGP, and that started a really crazy thing, because now all over the world there are MotoGP simulators, but the official simulator is only MotoTrainer. And then MotoTrainer it's in Europe, it's in Asia, it's in US, in South America, Central America. We have MotoTrainer in everywhere, and almost in every track, in every GP challenge, there is at least one MotoTrainer device in the VIP village, or in one of the suites, or maybe in I don't know. There are many places where they stand. So that's how it works. And then a guy from Mexico, Edgar, that it's a friend of mine. He met with Andrea, and they started to work together, and then that's how Edgar took the manage of all Latin America. That's why we are MotoTrainer Latam, but we help MotoTrainer all over the world. So maybe when Andrea needs someone to operate a simulator in Italy, in Europe, and everywhere, they call us, and one of us goes and help them to operate the simulator on that weekend. And it's not only for we not only work in MotoGP, but also, as I told you, in these huge motorcycle shows, we we can go with the brands or with a factory. It can be Suzuki, Castrol, any factory that wants to do the promotion of the team they are sponsoring. They many times they hire us, and we go there and we give the people the experience of what a MotoGP rider feels or lives without the risk. That it's something amazing. There's a way to live something that you will never. There's no other way to live to have an experience like this, but in Moto Trainer.
Yeah, I agree.
You have been there.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. That's one of the crazy experiences I think I've had, and that is a big deal. So hold your thought real quick. Just gonna roll this real quick. Let's welcome Manscaped to Freestyle Sunday, a proud sponsor of the channel. Boy, I'm excited to tell you guys it's something you're gonna have to get. Manscaped is the absolute best when it comes to men's grooming down there. Trust me, I'm good to go. Wifey would agree.
That's right.
They also provided the Performance Package 4.0. You can join me and 7 million other men worldwide by using coupon code CFNY20 for free shipping and 20% off. You won't regret it. You hit me up later, be like, man, when I got off the bike, I felt good and fresh. The Performance Package 4.0 is an absolute game changer. Here's what comes in the package. The Lawnmower Trimmer 4.0, Weed Whacker Ear and Nose Hair Trimmer. It also includes the Crop Reviver Toner, and my favorite out of everything else, a high quality boxer. It's absolutely breathable. So when you're out there on the road riding your motorcycle all day, you're not gonna sweat through it, especially with ball deodorant in combination with those boxers. Trust me, you're good to go at all time, guys. They also even include a travel case. Amazing value. The Lawnmower 4.0 has advanced technology with a ceramic blade that's going to tremendously reduce the chance of you nicking yourself. Get 20% off with free shipping with code CFNY20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code CFNY20. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tool for the job with Manscaped. You guys know the deal. I got to pay the bills. In order to have the shows, we have to pay the bills. Appreciate you guys tuned in, man. And putting up with it. Then you guys, just so you're aware, getting these sponsors are not easy, and getting people to come on board, it's not easy. So I appreciate you guys watching them and hitting the link in the description, especially Motivation USA, guys. Truly, I almost spilled the beans on the new bike that's coming because they already providing the exhaust for it and other things. Almost said it by mistake. Very excited. You guys gonna probably in the next week it should be delivered, or a week and a half. I don't know, but the dealer called me. They told me it's here. So Motivation is gonna fully have everything covered regarding that bike. So make sure you guys hit up motivationusa.com for everything that you need for your motorcycle, guys, whether it's parts or accessories. And even if you're not buying anything for yourself, guys, or you're looking to buy a gift for a friend or something like that, Motivation USA is going to be the place you're going to want to go for you to kind of grab any of those parts. It's not just for Ducati, it's for BMW. Wait a minute, that is new. Holy hell. Okay, usually I kind of get to know what's going on. They have a clear clutch for BMW now, guys. Whoa, what is happening right now? Solo Rider, Sasong, all of you guys that watches the stream with your BMWs, you can get a clear clutch cover. MotivationUSA.com, MotivationUSA.com. Check it out. You won't regret it, guys. And had to drop all of the promos right then and there, guys, because we're going to be wrapping up. So, anything you would want people to know or where to find you, Daniel, before we kind of call it a night?
No, thank you. Well, Moto Trainer in Instagram is the official site. Moto Trainer Latam is where we are in Latin America, where we work, and I hope we can meet again soon. As I told you, I'm going to look for the information in New York, so you can share with your people the information in New York, where is in Florida and in Tampa.
Oh,
And
some you keep talking. There's some people coming in, and I know we're gonna be wrapping up, but might as well play some clips, let them see what we were talking about tonight, guys. You definitely gonna want to rewatch this stream, guys. It was really, really cool having Daniel on from Moto Trainer, guys. Take a look at some of the clips here of the actual device that we were talking about. Go ahead, Daniel. You can talk.
Yeah, I was telling you, it's in the U.S. You can find it in New York, in Tampa, and Orlando, I think, or Miami. Sorry, it's not Orlando, but Miami, and also in Apex in Los Angeles. And if there's people outside, they can look for us in Moto Trainer Latam in Latin America. And the other thing that we do is we also do training for the people with the simulator. So we go maybe on a dealer, and they can invite their customers, and we train them, and we take 3-4 hours to train a small group of 4 or 6 customers, and so they can learn, and they can improve all the things about the knowledge and about the riding position, and there's a lot of information that we share with them.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. I mean, and again, guys, this is a lot to learn, to be honest. You have to try this to understand it. I know my excitement kind of come through as if I'm just like extra about it. But again, me going into it thinking, oh, I know how to ride, I know how to kind of get a general idea. It is not what you think. It's really understanding the science of how to get the best for track time, learning how to brake before hitting the apex, learning how to throttle out of an apex to kind of increase your time. If that's what you're looking to improve as a rider, this is going to be a big win for you to check out, and highly recommend it. And they also do these really cool things at the very end of each session. They have like a 3D clip they send to you directly into your phone, where it's like in slow motion. Actually, I think that was the bike that I was actually on that day, the Aprilia.
Yeah, that's the Aprilia, yeah.
Oh yeah, so that was from that exact day. Okay. So.
No, sorry, it's not that day.
Oh, that was not.
It's another day.
Oh, that looks like the press room that we were in.
Yeah, it looked like, but no, it's not. That one is. That one is the one. It's the one that's in the video, in the 360 video. Is the one.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was playing, the 360. Okay, so that was the exact day. Yeah, man, it was really cool. Guys, if you have any questions you want to throw up before we kind of wrap up, I know we're coming in past that hour mark. I truly appreciate everyone that tuned in tonight, guys. Again, it's good to be back. We're going to be back on our Sunday schedule, bringing more people on. More sponsors are kind of hitting me up. Again, if they want to be part of what we're doing here, you guys know the deal. You know, I don't work for free. So,
No.
Solo Rider mentioned here, superb stream. We'll see about the Florida location. So he'll definitely check out things in Florida. I might need to travel over to Tampa. Again, Sasong mentioned to check it out also. A couple of people are definitely looking into this. This will be viewed after the stream. So, guys, definitely check it out. It's definitely a very unique experience. And I know a lot of you guys tend to want to push the limit when it comes to your motorcycle. This is a great way to kind of do it in a safe manner and get an understanding without the risk of you dropping your bike. Because a lot of people that watches the stream here, you guys have $20,000 bikes, $15,000 bikes. You can't really roll the dice in that manner. And this is the way you're going to want to do it, and find one of these VR simulators and kind of get a general idea. Again, for me, you know, I thought about hitting corners a certain way, which is not completely wrong, but to do it the correct way and creating that triangle for you to get your knee down, it's a different thing. And then you're going to get the right science for you to apply to actual riding, maybe track riding, not for street. You don't want to put your knees down when you're in the street, guys. It's not a thing that I would suggest to anybody. So, but just so you're aware, it's a great opportunity. Again, Daniel, Thank you so much. The door is always welcome if you ever want to come by, you want to promote something, or you're going to be somewhere you want to kind of let us know. I'd be more than happy to kind of, take time and promote that for you, and at least spread the great word that you're doing. And I truly appreciate the opportunity of you coming, you taking the time to sit with me in a busy day where there was a lot of press people there for you to just kind of chat with me, explain things. So that was amazing. You actually made my GP experience went from here to all the way up here, man. So thank you so much.
I'm glad to know. I'm really glad to hear that you had that feeling with the simulator. Honestly, I'm glad to. And thank you so much for inviting me. And I also pleased to, if you want to invite me to talk anything about the motorcycles and all of that, I'll be pleased, because as you said, there's a lot to talk about. And I think when two people or three or five, when the people that likes motorcycles meet, there's a huge information that they can share, and just
yes, sir.
It's unlimited. I think the chat can be unlimited. There's that's something that many wives don't understand. What are they talking about again? Well, the same motorcycles, and that's it. No.
Yep. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate everybody that came through. Again, thanks to Daniel. Thanks to A for making sure that I made that plug happen. We also have some other really interesting MotoGP people that might be coming through and talking. I'll catch you guys next Sunday. Again, hit those links if you guys want to shop for any of those products we spoke about throughout the stream tonight. Would truly appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next Sunday. Peace.
Thank you, man.
Daniel, that was awesome. Thank you so much, man. I had such a great